If America is to survive as a nation, we must understand who the enemy is and how to fight back.
I know exactly how the Democrats think because I used to be one of them. I know exactly how they frame the narrative because I helped do it. I know exactly what's happening right now, which is really a threefold organized marketing strategy that has these elements: destroy the reputation of the man, deny his accomplishments, and deflect from real truth. Those three things are currently like pistons in an engine, all designed to undercut and undermine a president. It is not random, it is not incidental, it is not accidental that these three things are happening on a daily basis. In January of 2006, I took my son, who was 16, on his first trip to Israel. In the lobby of the King David Hotel, I turned around with my son and saw a hubbub, and there was the entourage with then Senator Barack Obama. Because I went to Wheaton College 25 miles west of Chicago and I was familiar with the then senator's community organizing and his tremendous rhetorical abilities, I walked over, introduced myself, and said, "Senator Obama, I've watched your career with some interest from afar." And to make a very long story short, out of that grew an invitation that evening to go up and meet with his operatives, his little delegation. And out of that, they knew that I had done a lot of consulting work in the evangelical world. And so one question was posed, and that is this: would you be willing to help design, develop, and execute a strategy to attract disaffected evangelical millennials to potentially vote for the senator if he runs for president? And I'm here to say with great repentance, but with accuracy in the moment, I did that. I wrote a strategy that was used and implemented in his first presidential campaign.
The book, Rules for Radicals, has had a huge impact on the politics of the United States government today. It's something that you're going to want to watch in this next segment.
Saul Alinsky, who is, he rode around with Al Capone's hitmen in Chicago and saw how all he had to do was kill a few people, smash a few windows, and the whole neighborhood would submit to the mob and pay extortion protection money to somebody promising to fix it. And so Hillary Clinton did her senior thesis at Wellesley College on Saul Alinsky. And Obama was an organizer with the Saul Alinsky group in Chicago. Saul Alinsky said, a community organizer's job is to find out the issues or the problems. And he would rub the resentments of a community to the point of overt expression, fan the flames of hostility. The community organizer must seek out controversy rather than avoid it, for unless there is controversy, the people are not motivated enough to act. So this has been the political process that has played out in America. You have politicians sending groups into inner cities, finding people with grievances, and encouraging them to riot and tear down the system. And then once the rioting gets bad enough, then there's an excuse for the government to come in and usurp power. 99% of the people that rioted were not from Ferguson. They were all brought in from other places, just like they were brought into Charlotte for the riots, and they were brought into Baltimore for the riots, and they were brought into Milwaukee. It was a rent-a-mob where George Soros funneled $30 million to Moore. What did they organize? Well, let's see. The people decided to hold hands in front of oncoming traffic on a highway. Poor people don't think of that. Somebody's organizing this.
And what can you do? You need to interdict any false story that you ever hear around a dinner table, at a workplace, in a recreational setting. When you hear fake news, inoculate against it. Say, no, that's not truth, and here's why. The second thing you need to do is pray. You need to pray with fervor. If my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray, God, the Jehovah of the universe, the God of all things, the planet maker, has said, I will hear your cry, and I will heal your land. And the third thing you need to do is you need to be politically active. You need to register to vote, conscript others to get behind the agenda of the president. The Trump train is moving forward, and there are still seats. So get on board, little children. Get on board.